Hi Maggie, I'm back for part 2 of your tutorial. I have gone back to the front end into the visual builder again. A couple little tweaks I noticed I want to make. The first is here, I want to click the edit on that image. And what I don't like is because the image is that size, it won't stretch itself to fill the alignment that I want over here. So I'm going to go to Design tab here, to alignment, and tell it to align to the right. I'd rather there be a little extra margin here than on that side. So I'm going to green check that. And then I also noticed on the front end that for some reason the text here is not aligning properly on the front end. I can go to the front end view here. That's what we just fixed. And then for some reason when I get down here, I'm getting this effect, so I want to go investigate that. Okay, so I'm going to get into this text. And the first thing I'm going to do is go to the text out of the visual editor of this little box and into the text, just to make sure there isn't some weird code in front of that first word, and there's not, so we're good. I'm going to make sure that the alignment is left of that paragraph and save that in purple and save that draft. See, that should have fixed it. And then we'll see if it did or not. So back here, I'm gonna refresh the page. And that didn't fix it. And I do see the pagination is showing up there, which I thought we had turned off. So we're gonna go back to the regular editor and just make sure that we turned that off. My goal with these is to get you 95% of the way, which means for most posts you should be able to do things all by yourself. But when you do run into strangeness that doesn't make sense, I expect you to give me a jingle. And this would be one of them. The two-column layout is, I'm sorry, that's not two-column layout. The pagination was the one that we had turned off. Where was that? Auto paging. Come on, scroll down. Okay, so this is going to be one of those times when, for whatever reason, oh, I do want to disable. Derp. I want to disable auto paging, so let me do that. And again, we're saving drafts, not publishing. And once that is done, we're saving, as you can see right here. And that's saved, so I can go to my tab where it's the front end and refresh the page. Seems to have fixed this problem, and the pagination is also gone. So I'm feeling okay about this layout. I've certainly spent enough time on it, so I'm gonna head back over here to the editor. The one thing that's missing, well, let me change tabs. We're gonna look at the very front end of the site, the smorgasbord page, and I remember that we have not put in the featured image, which is what's gonna show up here. So this is either the beginning text of your post or the excerpt text, and this is the featured image. So going back to the editor, the excerpt is only needed if the beginning words of your post, when they get cut off, aren't what you want to show up here. So it'll automatically pull from the top of the post. If you don't like what it pulls, then you go to the excerpt and put what you'd like it to say there. The featured image is a big deal because your post is going to look ridiculous, really, without a picture there. So I'm going to go back and add a featured image, which, since you didn't specify, I get to pick, and you can change it if you want. And I think this is the one that's going to show best. We'll find out. So that's in there. I'm going to save the draft. If I didn't have another tab open when it's done saving, I could, of course, click on preview. But since I have another tab already open, I'm going to go ahead and switch to it when the saving is done and refresh. Scrolling down here, I'm still happy. I'm going to go here and refresh. And it better not show up because we haven't published. And it didn't show up. Perfect. So now I'm going to be okay. I think I'm ready to publish this. So I'll click publish. It lets you double check some settings. And I'm comfortable with those, so I'm going to just go ahead and publish. And now when we refresh this page, I believe it will show up here. Don't you just love the wait when you're waiting for it to say yes, and then it spins and spins and spins. There we go. And there she be. Ooh, in fact, it didn't pull any text at all, so I definitely want to put some excerpt text in there. I do like how that picture showed up, though. So I'm just going to go grab some text. Actually, that looks like a nice little amount to me. I like that's a great opening sentence. So the first thing I notice when I go back is, these aren't, my tools are gone. What do I do now? And fret not, we're going to go back to the default editor. And I'm going to zip up the featured image. There's the excerpt, paste some text in there, update,